Yeah, couldn't do shit for me though. I told y'all I knew where these niggas stayed at. But no, I'm Mugen, and that's not how shit works for me. Why else would I be making a story time about it if it all went smoothly? What? Yeah. Yeah. We back. That's a J. Cole reference from Everybody Dies if you didn't know. Pretty good song. You should give it a listen. Yo, last week was a fucking nightmare. Shit was wild. Truly wild. But it would appear that storm has passed. Now I'm just left licking my wounds. I have my car now. Finally. I'm actually mobile again. And this is the story about how all that bullshit went down. Last video was about me not even being able to get tags for my car. This video is about how these fuckers tried to do the same thing except right to my face. And the DMV notary's face, might I add. Alright, picking up where I left off in the last video, I said I'd be receiving a refund. Well, turns out that was misinformation in itself that came from someone who had no idea what they were talking about. Because in reality, a refund wasn't possible because of what it said on the bottom of the receipt I had signed or whatever. Which is why I said I got my car instead of I got my refund. And don't get me wrong, the fact that I got my car and didn't receive my refund doesn't mean that they got over on me. In the end, I either wanted my car or my refund so I could just go somewhere else and buy another one. Trust me, I wouldn't have even thought about giving money for the car if I wasn't going to be happy with it in the first place. But found out that I couldn't get a refund, so my mind was just dead set on getting the car anyway. I can always just trade it in or whatever and get another one if I want to. Now, do you guys remember in the previous video when I was talking about the day I was waiting at the DMV and I had to be to work by 2:30? Well, at about 4 o'clock, someone did show up, but it was someone who couldn't do shit for me though. Keep in mind, the place closes at 5 o'clock. They live 30 minutes away, and they arrive at 4. You do the math. Yeah, I'll do it for you. I'm obviously not getting my tags today, but I thought that they'd at least get the paper signed. That's what the person who arrived at 4 o'clock came and got from me. It was this correction paper, an affidavit paper, butcher that word, I think it was actually called, that needed to get signed because of the mishap that happened with the original title when they signed it wrong. I don't know why they sent this person to come get the paper instead of just bringing all the required people to the DMV at 4 to sign the page, because if they would have done that, everything would have been handled inside of the DMV. They would have literally pointed to who needed to sign where. There would have been no more confusion. Wait, nah, I remember. Their excuse was they had to be to work at 3. Well, I had to work at 2:30, and I'd been there since 1. They stayed 30 minutes away. For $28.50, that drive seems like a small price to pay. But no, the required people did not show up. As a matter of fact, the person who came and got the paper didn't return either, even though they said they would return with the form signed. You know, I would have left right then and there, but no, instead I waited another hour in that parking lot waiting for them to come back, just for them to lie when they finally decided to pick up the phone and say, I never said I was gonna come back. Bitch, you did. This shit must be a joke to y'all. Y'all give no fucks that my job is on the line right now. Which, by the way, has caused me to be out of work for a whole pay period and a half. I was supposed to go back to work yesterday, Monday, but I got a text message saying that the class has moved to next Monday. So that's another week I'm not getting paid. Thank you, fuckers. But wait. There's more though. The next day, I get taken to the seller's residence. I told y'all I knew where these niggas stayed at. I went there and got the paper signed. and I'm heading back to the DMV. At this point, I'm thinking I'm done with these shitty people. I'm home free. But no, I'm Mugen, and that's not how shit works for me. Why else would I be making a story time about it if it all went smoothly? What? I get to the DMV after getting the signed paper, and I again get a fresh serving of piss in my mashed potatoes because guess the fuck what? The dude at the DMV that gave me the correction paper, whatever it's called, gave me the wrong form. Or not all the forms, I should say. I showed them the paper I got signed, and they looked at me dead in my face and they said, "You need another form signed," and that the one I gave them was signed wrong. So they gave me two forms, a redo of the one that I already got signed and a whole nother form that I need these people to sign again. Again, bro. So at this point, it's still early in the day. There's plenty of time before the DMV closes. So thinking these people would have some form of respect for the situation, I give them a call back asking if they would just come to the DMV and just sign these papers. Y'all, is the other day, y'all left me out there, didn't show up, have some respect for the situation, and just show up today. Long story short, they didn't show the fuck up. So the next fucking day, I get taken to these people's residence again to get these new papers signed. And it just so happens that I run into the head guy, the head seller. And you know how fake motherfuckers be. They sitting there smiling and laughing, talking and shit, trying to pretend they understand the situation and say, "Oh, mistakes happen and this and that." Yeah, mistakes don't happen when you don't answer the fucking phone, alright? They don't happen when you actually show up to the fucking place you're supposed to be. As you can tell, I wasn't having any of this shit, honestly. I tell you what, demons take a lot of forms in this reality, and humans are the most dangerous and elusive ones. But yeah, after they stopped talking out their ass, we scheduled to meet at the DMV for the third fucking time on Monday, right? It's the weekend at this point, they're closed, so we gotta wait 2 days to go on Monday. 2 fucking days that I still don't have my goddamn car. But before I go, the head guy gives me this form, which turns out aids in their little scam to keep their name out of the title signing. And the thing is, this scumbag advertised it to me as if the DMV had given me the wrong forms again, and this was the actual form they needed to give me. Fuck out of here, bro. But anyways, then I leave, and Monday rolls around, and I'm constantly contacting the dude with the number they gave me with their history of not showing the fuck up. And yeah, he's responding with yeah this, yeah that. I'm just making sure because I needed title work and tags done. The DMV stops doing title work at 4:30, so I need them to be there before that time. And these people, bro, they show up at 4:25. 5 minutes. 5 minutes before they stop doing title work. Can you believe that? So it's 4:25 and they finally walk in. But here's the thing. It's just him and this other person that I've never seen before, right? Which apparently was a name that was signed, which makes sense as to why I've never seen this person. Because whenever I was asked about like who this person was, I could never put a face with it. And that's why I'd never seen him before. Alright, so we get in line, and then it's our turn to come up. The notary calls us up, and the head guy basically goes up and starts trying to like fast talk the notary dude. I noticed that. I'm like, what's going on here? He's doing all this, and the head guy is trying to give the notary dude the sheet that he gave me so that he didn't have to put his name on the title, but the notary person wasn't having it. Because look, here's a little bit more information for you. The head guy, prior to them arriving at 4:25, he texts me and tells me to leave the original title in the car. That shit looks suspicious as fuck to me already, so of course I bring it in. I knew there was no getting this done without all the paperwork that I had been showing, because the thing is, I had been in there so many times that all of the employees basically memorized the names on the sheets and the forms by heart, right? So there's no getting around these people. You can't get over on them. I don't know what this guy was thinking. You made me come here like 3 times already, and I've been stood up all the time. It's wild. You made me come there 3 times, and you think they don't know who you are. It's wild. But yeah, the notary person shuts down this whole little scheme, asks for all the paperwork, and asks for all the people there to sign. Now, keep in mind, only 2 people walked in. There was 1 more person that we needed to get this whole thing settled out. And when the notary asks, do you have everyone to sign the paper? This motherfucker says, yeah, and goes out to the car and brings in the last person. Tried to continue to scam right to my face in the DMV to the notary too. Like, come on now. This whole little scam they're running was called curb stoning, which I even know about that because of a comment that was left on my previous video. I appreciate that. Very educational comment that really helped me out through this whole thing. I appreciate that. So the scumbag finally brings everyone in who needs to sign the paper so that I can get my car. Finally, they all sign the paper and they get the fuck out. Goodbye and good riddance. Don't gotta see y'all niggas ever again. They walked out, I walked up, signed my part, got my tags for my car, and I left. All of that shit left me so exhausted, bruh. They fucked with my money. I'm not gonna be getting paid for like another 2-3 weeks. My mental was scattered throughout the whole ordeal, but I'm bouncing back now. So now that that's out the way, it's back to your regularly scheduled Mugen content. If you enjoyed this storytime video, please be sure to let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe for your boy. And until the next one, remember, master your heart, body, and mind. For the master is absolute. See you.